Hey, it is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to cover two topics. One topic is how do you keep up with this constant, reissue records, the way they're issued. It seems like they're issued every single week. Something new, something great, something fantastic. How do you keep up with this constant barrage of new records being released, whether they're reissue records or new records? How do you do that? And also, what is the lowest grade of a used record that you are willing to purchase, accept, and play? What is the lowest grade of a record that you are willing to use, accept, and play? I'm going to cover both those topics in this video. But it seems to me every week there's some record that comes out. Either I'm watching Michael Esposito's what do you call his channel? The End Groove. He has a record store in Arizona, and he has a new release video that's very popular. It's one of my favorite videos. And each video, I say to myself, yeah, I don't mind having that record. Or Analog Productions has their, I think, once a week new release video as well. And you see all of, and I get videos from Music Direct, all kinds of outlets, notifying me of all of these new releases. And the question I have for you is, how do you keep up with all these issues? It's just, you have the Blue Note Classic series, the Tone Poet, their issues seem like they're just this. It's just the rate at which they come out is extremely difficult to keep up. The Analog Productions amazing releases and Impex Records. You have issues from Craft Recordings, these independent labels, all these record manufacturers and reissues labels coming out with all these issues. How do you keep up with them? Because like I said, every week there's something I want. And excuse me, I have a backlog of things or wants list because I cannot keep up. My resources are not finite, they are infinite. There's a certain amount I can spend monthly, and the money that I have that I can spend monthly, I'm retired, is it's a decent amount, but it's not a lot by any means. I'm not rich like some of you out there, and I can't buy everything in sight, so I have to be extremely selective. And when I, buy something other than a record that dips into my monthly allowance, what I can spend, that further creates more of a backlog of a, of records, of a records list, let's say, a backlog record list. For example, when I bought my Hannah ML cartridge, I show this many times on my channel, that put me behind on things I would like to purchase, some records I like to purchase. Let's say in the Blue Note Classic series or the Tone Port series, some fabulous issues. Or when I buy some of these box sets, like this UHQR, which is $150, not including shipping. I just purchased this Brilliant Corners by Thelonious Monk and this Black Orpheus by the Venture Giraldi Trio, or even this Beatles set. These record sets aren't cheap, and that kind of takes away from buying some of the Tone Poets, some of the Blue Note Classic series, some of these Analog Productions, Acoustic Sounds, in their collaboration with the Atlantic Record Series records. Because like I said, those expensive box sets, they take up a big chunk of the allowance I have to spend. And like I said, I'm into other things than records. So it creates this backlog. And sometimes I say to myself, I just simply can't get everything. Sometimes in life, it literally comes down to that. I say to myself, I can't have everything, and I can't keep up with this almost like hamster wheel type of situation where you're constantly chasing this, chasing that, want this record, want that record. One of my viewers explained that a lot of the issues that are coming out have, this is like, they came out many times before, and he said he doesn't get caught up in this, this constant buying or purchases of records that are reissues, especially some of these deluxe box sets, that are issued. Like, for example, this Asia. He said he doesn't necessarily get caught up on buying these expensive box sets because they come out numerous times before. In the previous issues, they suffice just fine. But I find myself saying to myself, gosh, I'll get it next month. I'll get it next month. I get it next month. I get further behind. I get this huge wants list. So either two things. Either I say to myself, I can't have everything, or I put it off and buy it, later on in months in the future. That's what I do. And it's very difficult to keep up, So how do you handle it? Are you able to purchase records, the records you want, as they're issued every single week? I cannot do that because, like I said, my finances are limited. Matter of fact, I'm retired. There's a certain amount I can spend on records. But when my wife retires, and as of the posting of this video, in probably 6 months or so, the money that I'm spending on records is going to go towards bills, because, as you know, your retirement income is a lot less than your working career income. So the money I'm spending on records now is going to go help out with bills. So if I still have a YouTube channel at that time, I'm going to use my YouTube channel earnings to buy records instead, but that's going to be a lot less than what I'm spending now. But sometimes, so my strategy is to literally, if I am buying something else, I'm buying like a cartridge or expensive box set, and my budget for the month is utilized, I have just put it off. And sometimes in other situations, I say to myself, I can't have everything. There's a lot of things I want on my wants list. For example, as of the posting of this video, that MoFi, Mobile Fidelity, Countable Adderley, something else, One Step is for sale. And also the Impex Records Gets Gilberto is going to be on sale sometime, I think, in the first quarter of 2024. So I definitely got to put myself in position to get those box sets. But probably by the time those box sets come out, there's some other box sets going to come out that I want, and I get further behind. So like I said, either I have to pass on some of them or just wait till I have the funds. So how do you deal with that situation? All these records constantly coming out and, keeping up. It's very difficult to keep up. And I only buy music that I love and enjoy. I don't buy records just for to be a completist. But even amongst the music I love and enjoy, it's very difficult to keep up. So please leave how you handle that in the comment section below. Like I said, some of my viewers are well off and they can buy anything you want. I'm not one of those people. Another issue I like to bring up in this video is the condition of records. The condition of records. What is the lowest condition of a record, a used record, that you're willing to buy? Some of these records that were issued in the 60s and 70s, we have to keep in mind that these records were played by 12-year-old kids, 13-year-old kids, 50-year-old kids, high school kids, 16, 17, 18, kids and people and young adults in their early 20s. And they didn't have the pride and ownership of a current record collector or audiophile. So some of these vintage records or older records are not easy to find in VG Plus in higher condition. And also there's a premium for those records. So what is the highest grade or the lowest grade of record that you're willing to accept into your collection? For me, it's depending. If it's a rare record and it's hard to find, it's probably VG, preferably VG Plus. That's what I'm willing to accept in my collection. Sometimes I want it even better than that, because when I have so many records in space is not infinite, it's finite. Sometimes I have to use the condition of the record to determine if I'm going to bring it into my music room. So probably VG or VG Plus. There are some rare occasions where I accept a record that's less than VG plus, maybe in the G or G plus, maybe more closer in the G plus condition. And what I do is I don't play those records with has numerous scratches and scuffs on it on my Riga P8 turntable with a Feather 3 cartridge, and I definitely will not play it on this Hana ML cartridge. But what I do is I have a very inexpensive cartridge. This is an Audio-Technica VM540 cartridge. VM540ML cartridge, I'm sorry. And this is a very inexpensive cartridge, and it sounds good. So what I do is if I have a record that has numerous scratches on it, what I will do is use that cartridge. So my Riga P8 turntable with Feather 3 cartridge and my Hana ML cartridge, which I hadn't installed yet, I'm going to do that in January 2024, that it's not taking all the wear from that record. I use the inexpensive Audio-Technica cartridge that sounds good and is cheap enough and easy to replace periodically. And also I have a device that takes the pops, ticks, and surface noise out of the sound that comes from those records. It's called a Sugar Cube, a Sweet Vinyl Sugar Cube SC2 Plus, and it takes a record with pops, ticks, and scratches. It makes it sound like a mint condition record. So if it's a rare record that's difficult to find and the original pressing is an insane amount of money, I'll accept a record less than a VG Plus, but I prefer a VG Plus or above. So please leave that comment in the comment section below in terms of the lowest condition you accept. Like I said, I'll accept VG Plus and up. In rare conditions, maybe a G Plus in rare conditions, and I'll just use this inexpensive cartridge. So my other slightly more expensive cartridges aren't taking the hit. So please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you very much for viewing my video. God bless, strong love, and keep the peace worldwide.